going to put on some gold size of this painting, which is called Crossing the Channel with Angels. I painted this painting quite a while ago, but I'm going to do a giclee print. This is a giclee print, and what I've done is I've covered it with oil paint, and to make it original, because the same feel of the painting is there. When I first painted it, the feeling was crossing the channel with angels. It's like God helps us through the difficult times, and the gold reflects the angels and God with us through the rocks, through to the joy and the hope of the future. And I love this painting because it shows the horizon and it shows the hope. So I'm going to put the size on now. This is gold size, and I'm going to use a brush to put some on my palette so I can paint up with the size. So I want to get into the painting with the size first of all, because that's very important where I actually put it. Originally the gold was here, and I'm going to revisit the gold and work into the painting with the gold size and draw into it. Dries quite quickly, this size. It's quick drying. I've used other sizes before, Japan oil gold size, but this one here is sign painters. I use Rights of Limb for my oils, and I use 24 karat gold, which comes like this. It's very high quality stuff, and I've been using gold for my paintings for years really, because the gold reflects the intensity that you can't find on colour at all. It's like, that's like the high emotion really, high feeling and godly, spiritually. Like in the old Byzantine art, they used the gold to reflect heavenly. The Holy Spirit was worked on. The gold was used in paintings to reflect the visitation of the Holy Spirit on Mary, and gold in paintings through history have often related to heavenly spiritual connection. So I always feel that my gold in my paintings reflect the spiritual connection I have with heaven, and I hope other people feel that when they see the paintings and they feel it and experience it. And as I say, when I'm painting, I'm praying, listening to my music, and there's an intensity there, and there's a joy, and there's a reality. So that's what I hope to capture within my work. All my work is connecting with heaven and earth and the spirituality of life and the joy of beauty. Because I think that beauty, when we touch beauty and colour, we are ministered to in our soul. We receive something of God's blessing to our life. And I think that that's so important to us. That's why I think people find they need to go into the countryside. They need to experience beauty because it heals us. You know, and we need beauty. Our souls need beauty. So I think that's why art is so important. And creativity, dancing, singing, music, anything. Anyway, back to my painting. So anyway, I've got my size on. It's dried now as I've talked away. And I'm going to I'm always in a muddle. That's one thing. Some people are very organised. And I'm often in a bit of a muddle. But I get there in the end. Anyway, I'm going to pull the gold up. Put them, the movement, it's very important that it's got, for me, this is how I do it, it's got to have the movement of the music and the water. It makes so much difference. I don't know if the camera catches it as well as. But anyway, this is how I do it anyway. This is how I put gold on my paintings. So it's the same when I put on paints, no different. And then I have white gold as well. And white gold is silver. So I'm just painting with the gold and the it's gold. It's beautiful gold. There's leaves of it, you see. And the size is dried now, so it's not totally dry, it's just tacky. And when I'm putting this on, it will pick up the size as I move it. Because where I've painted the oil on it, it's a bit tacky still. Anyway, that's worked, I think, really well. But I think I need a bit more. And use a clean brush, don't ever put the dirty brushes in there, to get a bit more size. Always have a different brush for a different colour. I'm very fastidious in keeping my colours pure. That's the most important thing for me. A few touches of through the waves. As you go into the distance, it gets smaller. That's why I've got these little dots here. It's strange when you're painting, when I paint, some of it's intense and almost like violent, the sea and the rocks, and then there's the delicateness of the sun, so it's like the light and the dark. That makes it a painting for me successful, if it's got strong strength in it and delicacy. That's the human nature. We have delicacy and we have storms. So that's the basis of my paintings. If I can create the sublime, really, I suppose, in many ways. Anyway, if I can get a tiny taste of the beauty of creation and the beauty of God in my paintings, I'm happy. And now I'm just going to wait until it's ready for me to come back to. Tidy up. Or sort of tidy up. I can feel it's getting sticky already on my hands. Just put a bit of gold on, white gold. It comes out silver, but it doesn't tarnish, and it keeps it pure. I suppose I put quite a lot on, really. Quite a lot of sheets. Quite extravagant, I think. But certainly don't count the cost when I'm painting, when I use paint. And it's the residues on my hands now, which is great. If I bend down, I can see the light, where the gold is, where the size is. This is going on top of the oil paint, but it just gives it more life, I think. It gives it more, it's the light. And as I say, this started off as an original painting, and then I created a giclee with it, and then David, of course, my husband, connecting and making sure the colours matched. That's the most important thing when you're doing a giclee. And then printing it on really good quality canvas, stretching it on here and printing it out, and then I revisit it with the oil paint. And I've got myself in a real mess. I use these simple little wipes. Maybe you can see that now. As we see it, if I move it around, you might capture the effect of the gold. Anyway, just a little bit more up there. See, I think that gives it more life. The gold. That's it. I'll take this over here. I'm going to sign it again because really and truly it's in itself, it's another original in many, many aspects, painted at a different time. And the thing is, it has all the different bits in it, all the mistakes that the original has. That's all part of it. That's it. Finished. Over there to dry. I'll take it upstairs by the fire soon. And as I'm on gold, I'm going to add some. This is what I'm working on. This is called Glory. Forever and Ever. The original's sold in New York, and I've revisited it again, and I'm going to enjoy working through this again.